Hi, this is Christian from the Payroll Hero Customer Success team, and in this video, I'll show you how to create a payment template for your service charge. With this, you can easily pay your employees the service charge benefit by simply filling an Excel file, uploading it to the system, and it will be credited on their payroll. So first thing is to create this template. So go to your account settings and go to the payment templates page. If you don't have any existing payment templates, this will be blank and it will say a message that you don't have any. But we will want to focus here right now and to select adjustment, the type of payment, and select create a new payment. Now we will want to fill these details. So I want to credit a specific amount, so a certain amount will be paid to employee. You want to pay this once based on a date. So you want to pay it once based on the date that the payroll is being generated. That will all be generated automatic. So don't worry too much on these settings. Just make sure that you follow this. This amount is to be credited to the gross bank, the gross part of the payroll, sorry, as service charges are taxable, and the bank would be service charge. If you don't have a service charge bank, you can create one first and then do this step. And it's recommended to have a separate bank for this so you can keep track of all the transactions done to the service charge. And then you will want to, I want this to appear under the adjustment section and it will be named service charge. And you will want to pay right away this payment. And then you select which positions this payment would apply to. You select here all the positions that do receive service charge benefit. So for the sake of this demonstration, I will select all the positions. If I left out a position, say for example my position was a training officer, if I left out the training officer, my name would not appear on this template. So if you know which positions should receive it, just add those positions. And if you want every employee in your company to appear in this list, add every name here, any position. When you're ready, double check all the settings, credit, specific amount, pay this once, starting on the date, do gross, and record it on the service charge bank. And I want this to appear on the adjustment. And this section will be named service charge. Could be any name that you would like, of course. And pay right away. I'm ready. I'll click on create. So now that we have our payment template, we created it once. We won't need to do this ever again. That's the good news. So now let's say that I am paying my employees on the last day of the month. Today would be October 31st, I believe. Yes, so the last day of the month in my case would be October 31st. I would go into employees, and then I would go into the multi-insert tool. And now, under step 1, I will have the option of payment create. Next, I will select to download the template. In our case, it would be service charge, which is the one that we just created. And I will click on update file. All right, so this is the payment file that we will work with. So we will have the name of the employee ID, their position, and the amount, and the payment start date and payment end date. So what you will need to do now is add on their amount the total that this employee will receive. So let's say, for example, 1,000 pesos for Christian. Let's say 200 for William. Say 150 for Donald Duck. 2,000 for Windsor, and so on and so forth. And if an employee shouldn't receive service charge benefit or adjustment, you just feel free to skip them. So we'll just add all these numbers here. I don't know, Ned Flanders could be, I don't know, 800. So when you're ready adding the amounts of all the employees, you will want to add a start date and then payment end date within the pay period. So as I said, I will be paying my employees on the last day of the month on October 31st, and that is I do payroll on the 16th to 31st, and then the 1st to 15th. So what I will want to set on the start date is a date within this period. So I will say October, I don't know, 28th. That is inside this pay period, right? I can just use the first day of the pay period to make sure. So October 16, payment end date could be the same day. And I will just copy this date for everyone that gets paid. And this would just be an example of how the final file would look like. So we'll have the amount to be paid, and then the start date and end date, which can be the same day within this pay period. So remember, I'm doing October 16th to 31st. If you do, I don't know, if you do the 5th to the 20th, you can use the 5th of October or any month, or you can use the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, whatever, any day within this payroll period. Once you're ready, just click on, save the file. In this case, I'm doing it on Google Sheets, but if you do it on Excel, just save the file and go back to Payroll Hero. And here we have, under step 3, upload your changes. First and most importantly, make sure that it could be that you left the multi-insert page in the time that you created this file. If you did, just make sure that you're again here on Payment Create. You're using the template service charge, and then you select the upload change. So I'll just, for this demonstration, I'll go to my organization chart, whatever, and then I'll go back to the multi-insert. And I will have here Payment Create. I'll select, then upload the file, which is okay. So now that I'm ready, I upload the edited Excel file, and it will be processed, and I will receive an email once it is ready. So let's just give this a few seconds. And to know that the payment was added correctly, I can just go to the profile of one of the employees who got this payment, and I can go into their payments page, and I will see here that a new payment was added, adjustment service charge to gross, credited once to paid on October 16th, service charge, and the amount was 800 pesos. As we can see here, Net Flanders gets 800 pesos. It is unpaid because this payroll has not been generated. And here I have the option to disable or edit or delete if I needed to do any last minute change before generating this payroll. So to recap, in this video we created a payment template which only needs to be done once. Then I showed you how to download the template, to fill this template and upload it again. So in the coming months, say in my next payroll in November 1st to 15th, instead of creating the template again, I will just go to the multi-insert tool. I'll choose the template, Payment Create, and I would download the service charge file. I'll download this file, edit it, and I am going to upload it again, and that's it. So it is pretty simple and straightforward. If you have any questions about this, please let us know by contacting us at support@payrollhero.com.